She just texted me. She wants us to skip finance until she gets there.
Okay.
Okay. I'll call the meeting to order at 5:15.
Okay.
We've got the pledge.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call. Sorry, roll call. Reed Weimer present. Nick Church
Absent. He's absent.
absent. Heather Larson,
Here.
Alex Judicki,
Here.
and Courtney Henderson.
Absent.
Absent.
Absent. Okay. All right, now we can do the pledge. All right. Pledge allegiance
to the flag
Flag of the United States of America and
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Why did you do that?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
then
make a
we've got-
motion.
Sorry, Heather. Approval of agenda.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the change of striking items 6 and 7.
Do we have a second?
Sorry. Yes. I was typing.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. We were almost just decided to get into a traffic accident in Taos, so we're good. Okay, so we have first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. And then approve, amend, and disapprove minutes from February 23rd, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then we've got a teacher report from Lauren Farrington. Is Lauren, you on here?
Yes, I am. Hello, Reed.
How are you?
I'm good. Am I reporting now?
Yes, go
Yes.
ahead, Lauren.
Sorry, Lauren.
Okay, well, good evening, all. I'm Lauren Farrington. I've been at the charter school. This is my second year, and I provide special education support services for students pre-K through 6. However, now since this second semester, I'm only serving pre-K to 4th because we have a new staff member. I mostly provide content support in math, some language arts, and some behavioral support. I'm also a case manager for 8 students. And I teach pre-K PE 1 hour a week. Currently, I am serving 7 students with push-in and pull-out support. The first semester, I had a total of 12 students, but now it's down to 7. Let's see. I also support students with MLSS. It's our multi-leveled system of support. So it's students who haven't qualified for special ed, but they're struggling in the classroom. So we provide tier 1 support to them, hopefully to keep them up with their peers and hoping to keep them out of special ed. But if we recognize that they need more support, then we may recommend testing for SPED. So I serve 9 students currently with the MLSS, where we just work on intervention strategies and we monitor their progress and communicate to the teachers, their classroom teachers, make sure they're staying up with their peers. I'd like to report some data that comes from our testing scores through iReady, core math curriculum. 100% or 12 out of the 12 students that I'm serving demonstrated progress from the beginning of the year scores to the middle of the year scores. We had 5 students who were testing in the red level. Red would mean that they're 2 grade levels below. So when we tested again in the middle of the year, they moved up to yellow, which means they're 1 year. So they improved a full year by the middle of the year with all the proper supports in place. We had 2 who were in the yellow zone, which means they're testing 1 year below. They moved up to green, which means they are on grade level. Then we had 5 who were in the yellow, which means they're 1 year below. Their grades went up. However, they're still testing in the yellow zone, which means they're still 1 year below. That's, I just work closely with our classroom teachers, supporting their WIG goals, which is the wildly important goal that we establish each year now. We started that last year, and I think Kimberly can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it has made a significant increase in our overall campus scores of, I believe it was 30% cross campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was super excited to hear about that. And I think that the focus and the WIG goal has bringing that to the campus has made a great improvement in math overall, because I think we needed to focus. The reading scores seemed great, and math was struggling. So it was great to see that improvement over the last 2 years. What else? Let's see. And the MLSS scores, those 9 students, they all improved their scores. There was one that didn't, and it was, but we kind of had some more intensive strategies and interventions with her, and so her growth scores, the growth monitoring scores, are on grade level now. So everyone's making progress. I just want to report on the way home tonight. I drive a student to and fro school now, and so I asked him. I said, I have to present to the governing council, and he's a 7th grader. And I said, what do you think I should say to them? What would you say to them? And he said he thought that we should have a gymnasium, but he said he started with a basketball court, and he even came up with a plan of where to put it on the playground. He said, all we got to do is move those wood chips, and if we stuck a basketball court there, we could play basketball. And I said, that's a great idea. And he thought maybe we should have a sport team, like a basketball team. And I thought that was a great idea. And I said, but what is one thing that you really appreciate that happens on our campus? And he said, I really appreciate that 7th and 8th graders still get to have recess, because he has friends at other schools and they don't get recess. So I asked him about academics and if he would like after school tutorials, and he wasn't interested in that. But I just thought it was a neat perspective from one of our older students. He's gone to the school for 7 years, and I thought it was pretty honest input. So if y'all have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer them. I appreciate all the support, and I know y'all volunteer for this, so I think it's really cool that you do that, and that you're that involved, and that you are interested in what the teachers and kids have to say.
That's awesome. Thanks for getting that perspective from the student. That was really cool.
They're honest.
Mm-hmm. They are. Council members, do you have any questions for Lauren?
No, just want to say from personal experience, from having a child that works with Lauren, to kind of give the board perspective of just how much of a positive impact she has had on so many students at the school, and just such an incredible person and huge heart, and deeply cares about all the kids from a parent perspective, who also has to meet with her for one of my kiddos, and just how much both of my children that attend the school just really, really love her. So thanks, Lauren, for all that you do.
Your kids are awesome, and I love working with them.
Thank
And
you.
I,
It shows through for all the kids, and just seeing you at ski days, being out there with the kids, and you've made such an impact in, only 2 years being at the school. So thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
ditto, ditto, ditto. You're an important member of our educational community. So I agree. All right. So Lauren, we're going to move to, I think I'm going to go ahead and give my report if that's okay, Reed. And then
Yep.
Lauren, you're welcome to stay, or if you've got other things, it's up to you. The highlights on my report are just that spring break is coming, which all of the children and staff are excited about, just to have a reset. Right after spring break, I'll have to go for CPO recertification. This will be my 4th time to recertify. I don't have to leave Red River. I can just do it online. So that is a super big positive. And then we'll start our testing for the New Mexico science test, and then the New Mexico math and reading test. We'll start on April 14th and 15th for science, and we'll start the 20th through the 23rd for the math and science. We're trying to push it off as far as possible so that teachers can continue to get through their pacing guides and get the kids as prepared as possible for the testing. Another highlight that I'll say is I met with our tech team today to get the gate situation remedied so that there is a one-way exit, and then you would have to have a swipe card or something electronic to get in the gates so that we have a more secure campus, because right now our fence is beautiful, but we do need to go ahead and take a look at a little bit more extra security there, just for the comfort and safety of our students. And then very exciting, met with the design construction team, Anissa, on Friday. We went around and looked at the building, the site. She took a lot of pictures. She's going to see if she can maybe alter those giant bathrooms that are in the newest wing to create maybe 2 to 3 toilets in there with dividers and doors, so that we might not have to do the plumbing in the additional building. And then it was decided it's going to most likely be more cost effective to put it right to the building that we have, the existing, rather than a standalone. So those were exciting things that were happening. And then the town is still working on purchasing the flashing signs for our school zone. And last fun fact is that we'll be ordering more blue playground mulch to be spread this spring or early summer. So that's me. That's my report, and I stand for questions.
Have any questions, Heather or Alex?
Nope, all set.
I don't have any questions.
Guess we'll move on to public comment. Do we have anybody in for public comment? I don't believe so.
No, nobody entered.
Okay. Are we ready for the financials, or?
I'm gonna present the financials from our meeting earlier today. Katie is stuck in a meeting and looks like she may not be able to be here, so we can look at these financials that we have and do any approvals on that. Sorry, I'm just trying to split my screen around here. So really everything is still going along well. You guys all have the financials in your packets. Really very few changes from last month. We did move some funding and updated our SB 9 so that all of our expenses and revenues match correctly. says we had a few expenses that were adjusted, a small amount, very strong fund balance, and the cash flow is looking good. We should be using all of our funds that won't carry over. This year we should be able to use all of those. We're on track with our pre-K, SB9, Ed Fellows, and PEC grant to finish those off. And Katie's team is working on the budget, and we will should probably have that for us to review either in April or May for the Finance Committee. And then after the Finance Committee meets and approves that, it'll be presented to the board. Let's see. And then, sorry, I'm having to move between multiple tabs here. Let me look and see. Kimberly, I'm looking to see if we have any bars. I don't believe we do have any bars.
Yep, we've got two. We've got two in the packet. So
yes, we do. I'm sorry, there are two bars in the packet.
Yep, financials look good to me. Do we have a motion to approve the monthly financial statement as presented by Heather?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Yes.
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 Perfect. Then looks like we've got two bars in the packet. Bar 0022I and 0023IB. I'm scrolling really far down to make sure there aren't any others, but it looks like that's
You're right.
we're just supposed to have two.
Cool.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Just jumping back to the agenda now. Nothing for old business. And we struck executive session in the report, so 6A and 7A. Looks like we're on 8A for the announcements.
Yeah, just a confirmation that that March 25th meeting with Questa at 6 p.m. And
I did see that. Is that
say it again?
That's separate from their? My understanding is that's going to be separate from their school board meeting, right? That's just a meeting for us to get together with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then that's the 25th at 6. And I already posted on our website about a possible quorum.
Perfect.
Great.
I will be there. So easy enough.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll be there if I don't have a
Yeah, if you have a grandbaby.
If I have a grandbaby, I'm not going to come. If we're still waiting, I'll be there.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And then next meeting, April 20th, I will not be available from April 2nd until like April 23rd. So I'll be out next month for that meeting.
So let's see.
So
do
if
we
want to
make
move
it on the 27th?
Do we want, I guess this is a loaded question. Do we want to wait and see how this Questa meeting goes instead of leaving this on there if we need to have a special meeting? Just trying to think of do we have a lot coming up in April? Do we want to see how this Questa stuff goes and then decide when to meet? Because when I say I'm unavailable, I will not, it's not even available. It's like falling off the face of the earth. So I won't be able to contribute to anything for most of April until I'm back.
I am gone from April 8th through April 17th.
Okay.
So
it looks like if you wanted to move it tonight, you could move it to the 27th, and that might work for everyone. And if we had to do a special meeting, it looks like we could possibly do it on the 6th.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
I'm good to leave on the 20th too. I won't be able, if there's anything that comes up out of this Quest thing, I won't be able to present for it. So I'm good either way. But I'm also good to move it to the 27th.
Why don't we move it to the 27th? That way we're more likely to have a quorum.
Okay. I'm good with that. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Cool. And then it looks like I'll adjourn the meeting at 5:35. This might be a new record.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you.